Greetings everyone, this is Sean and this is the first installation of a new YouTube series called The Late Life Entrepreneur. I decided to start this series because at 55 I decided to finally go off on my own and do something entrepreneurial, and at 56 I actually started. So I consider that late in life to become an entrepreneur, to become independent after having been an employee for my entire working career. And what I found was a lot of the people I know through life with whom I'd worked, who were also later in life, however one wants to define what that is, later in life, were contacting me to ask me about what caused me to make that decision, what caused me to make that choice, what are the challenges I'm facing, how it's going financially, mentally, all these things that I've experienced or going through in the last 4 months. Strike that, yes, exactly 4 months, because I started on the 1st of January and now it's the 1st or 2nd of May. By the way, it's my wedding anniversary. I have to send a message to my wife. She's not here today. I'm in Mallorca, Spain for a business conference. I joined a business group, and the logic being, if I continue to do the same things that I've been doing, I'm going to get the same results. So I joined a business group in order to get around other entrepreneurs and learn a little bit how they think, because in 55 years of life, I had done very few things that one could consider entrepreneurial or things under which I had to make my own money. I was always there waiting for that paycheck, and the mental shift is quite big. So I just realized I have my sunglasses on. Now you can see what I look like. So a lot of people, like I say, have been interested to know about what this means to make a change in life, late in life. And I thought it would be a good forum to start a channel in which I talk about my experiences, my challenges, my wins, if and when they come, my learnings, and then hopefully to build a kind of community in which other people who are thinking about doing such a thing later in life can come to this community and learn some things, and we can share some information and then help each other to grow and make decisions and find solutions and all that good stuff. So I realized that at the beginning, this is going to be quite rudimentary. This channel and my videos, I don't expect anybody to be really overwhelmed by my cinematography or my speaking or anything like that. But if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that you just have to start. There was this author I once read named T. Harv Eker. Seemed like a pretty good guy. He wrote some business books after having some mild success. And his premise was ready, fire, aim is the way he undertook things. And I think I understand that. The things I've tried since I made that decision in October of 2024, and since I've actually been on my own since the 1st of January, are ideas I've had in my head. And instead of, this is very interesting, instead of mulling over them as I did in the first 55 years of my life, thinking about them, how could it work, what are the pitfalls, what's not going to work, trying to sort out everything, and in the end not doing anything, now I sort of come up with an idea, I sort it out high level, I try it, and then I adjust it. And I'm not saying that it's worked out yet, and I'm not saying that I've had any successes, but I do believe that that is the right way to approach it. Because the difference is now that if I don't make any money, I don't pay any bills, and my family's in difficulty. So I have a much greater tendency to try things and see what they bring than to just sit there and mull over them. I remember talking a few years ago with a very successful colleague in the consulting business, and he had given me some advice, and he really put some time into helping me. Ovidio, okay, if you hear me, this is about you. And then he said, okay, now what are you going to do with this advice? And I said, oh, I'm going to go and have a think about it. I'm going to go for a walk and have a think about it. And he said to me, you know what, that's exactly what you shouldn't do, right? If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to stop thinking about everything and you have to start doing. Now, I'm not the sharpest tack in the box, so it took me 2 years to take that information to heart and actually act on it. But 2 years is better than not ever doing anything at all. So I did finally pull the trigger, and I started. And with time, I'll tell you about what I'm doing, who I am, what my background is, all these things. We'll get to know each other. But here, now that I'm in Mallorca, you can really see I'm in the Puerto de Palma de Mallorca, that you can see a very interesting backdrop. I wanted to start, and even though it's far from perfect, I hope a little bit is interesting, and I hope that if you are a man or a woman who is later in life, then the late life entrepreneur might be a forum that you enjoy, and then start to building a community. So I thank you for watching this far, and I will be back. The idea is to be back online or have videos up at least twice a week, in which I'll talk about some topics. I do tend to travel a lot, so I'll also show where I happen to be, and then we can get to know each other, and I can build an interesting forum that helps people who are thinking about becoming late life entrepreneurs. I hope that's good, and I look forward to being in touch soon.